All right, we got a Wednesday recap, CPI day. Going into today, we're bullish. We want highs. Um, let's see here. I don't remember shit from market open. Um, okay, yeah. So Nasdaq, this is a high we wanted to take right here. This is high, and that's all-time highs up there. So basically, it was just a 5 minute gap. Yes, yeah, it's a 5 minute gap. Okay, so. That's also, yeah, okay. So market open happens, ES taps into a 5 minute gap. We have an SMT right here, and we get displacement above the highs, and we sweep out this high, right? So therefore, I'm not really like there's no way I could have caught that move really unless I took this high to there, which is negative risk reward. Now we're waiting for is retracement and the inverse or something like that. Um, let's see right here. So we don't. Damn, we actually don't retrace. We retrace into this 2 minute. Um, and then we get good displacement, inversing this gap, but it took out the high. And you do expect this to get swept, but just in case, because GS also swept something, it could have been that could have been the inducement to go lower. So I didn't take that personally. Then we kept going higher, whatever. Um. Started chopping around a bunch. And then we get this, which this was a 15 minute. Well, we slipped all-time highs. Forgot to mention that on NASDAQ. But I do think ES wants to run higher. We're kind of waiting for confirmation of that. But the confirmation was ES is placing above that high after NASDAQ swept that. So we started chopping around a little bit. And we didn't tap into anything significant. We didn't have any 5 minute significant gaps. Um, but what we did have is we had a 15 minute gap. So as soon as we hit that 15 minute gap, we get displacement out of it. We have an SMT down here too, and we inverse this gap. Um, I didn't like that just because I'm not used to like chop and then entering for a gap and then inversing. I haven't gotten the confidence to take it out of chop, I guess. Um, but this doesn't make sense that this was the manipulation. I had my limit order set right here. I just didn't take that. Honestly, part of the reason was because one, obviously I have confidence chop yet, and two, I didn't know where my stop would be. Apparently a good stop would have been right here because that already tapped to a fair value gap. So now I know that. Um, what else? Yeah, I guess, when you tap into a significant gap and then you get significant displacement like this, you should expect the move to go higher probably. Uh, and Yeah, I would have held that to whatever high ES was going, this would have been this candle. So if I did take this and I knew where I wanted my stop, I would have taken out at a little bit less than a 2 RR. It's fine. Um, and then there's this trade right here. So now ES taps into a 15 minute gap. I don't believe NQ had no, I'm lying. Okay. NQ had the 15 minute gap. I remember now. Yeah, NQ had the 15 minute gap. This is where I got caught actually. So you have this 5 minute gap right here, and I didn't see anything below that, right? And so we tap to the 5 minute gap and we get this displacement candle above this high. I take that as my first entry as my loss. And I take it to wherever ES wants to go, which is like up there somewhere. I take that L. That's fine. Honestly, I don't believe that's a bad trade whatsoever. I will take that. But then we tap into this 15 minute down here. Uh, ES taps into a big 5 minute, I believe. Yeah, ES taps to a 5 minute. So we have a 15 minute on NQ, 5 minute on ES. Uh, and then we have this 1 minute inverse. We get displacement. We don't inverse that gap yet, so I don't enter yet. But then we inverse that gap. basically what happened was I had my limit set to like right there, which is the opening price of that candle. That's just kind of where I picked it to be, where I wanted at least price to fill me right there after inverses. Stops would have been down here. Basically, all I wanted was for this the after this close, this next candle to retrace into that area, and um, honestly, I would have held to here probably. So it would have been like 1 to 3, but that would have been in that like it would have literally taken a minute and 10 seconds or something like that, or a minute and 5 seconds. So my trade would have been over and I would have been up over 1K on the day. That never happened because it did not come down and fill me in. Now, was I mad about that? A little bit, yes. Uh, I did want to get a re-entry right here actually when it tapped back in and tapped to this Valley Gap because I did expect ES to go higher because ES still didn't sweep its target yet. And it would have worked, but not how I trade. So, it's whatever. Um, and then what else was there? Honestly, I think yeah, those two were kind of the trades. This one down here from the 15-minute gap out of the chop, and this one 15-minute gap, displacement, whatever. Everything else, like as you can see, it's been really choppy. So I haven't taken anything else, but um, yeah, that's it for today. I made back my loss a little bit. Um, but that like honestly, nothing to complain about from today. Candles weren't even that big, so then you take a huge loss. And yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. I followed my rules strictly. Waiting for that 5-minute gap tap displacement. I saw that, took it. It just wanted there was a 15-minute that happened to be there and I wanted to retrace lower. That's when I would re-enter and I just didn't get the fill. But it is what it is. Um, yeah. So going over everything, what I missed out on was just because we were inside a bunch of chop. But then when we come into a high time frame level, like maybe not even just a 5 minute, because a 5 minute probably isn't, but like at least a 15 minute, I would say. When we come into there and then we get clear displacement and we get that V shape. I don't know why. Like I know exactly what to look for. It's that V-shaped recovery. That's what you want to see. That's not exactly V, but you can definitely see it right here. This is a clear V shape right here. Where else do we get V shape? V shape goes higher. Right here, down here. V shape. That's a 5-minute gap. Inverse that 5 minute. Take it to these highs. V shape. Just like you want to see when after the retracement, you want to see V, a V shape. As you see that, bro, it's done, bro. That's a good ass trade. It's probably gonna hit those highs. And yeah, honestly, now I'm looking back at this, not exactly a V shape. I did have confidence in it though, and it did work out, but it wasn't a V shape. You kind of want to see something like this. V goes to those highs. V goes to those highs and higher. V shape doesn't go back to those lows, goes up there. These fucking V shape recoveries, bro. Uh, so yeah, V shape recovery. Keep that shit in mind. You wanna see that shit if you're looking for a reversal. And then the other one, just enter on the fucking close of the inverse for value gap. Like, don't get greedy with your retracements. Honestly, I didn't even get greedy with that retracement. I was pretty considerate with it, but it was so bullish. It just wanted to go then. So it's fine. I'm not exactly mad at that. I executed everything I needed to do. It's just today was not a very good day for these um 5-minute gaps because there was just a lot of manipulation everywhere. And yeah, no, price action could definitely cleaner, but now I know what to look for. V shape. And also, if you're in chop, wait for, a decent for value gap. And if you get V shape, then you should expect it to come out of that chop probably. That's it.